Story 1. The Hidden Queen of Shadows. In the bustling heart of New York City, where skyscrapers pierced the night sky like daggers, Elena Rossi moved through the grand halls of the Rossi estate like a ghost. She was the shy housekeeper everyone pitied, head always bowed, uniform starched to perfection, her swollen belly hidden under loose aprons as she polished silver and scrubbed floors. No one knew that beneath that timid facade beat the heart of Sofia Moretti, wife to the infamous Mafia Don, Luca Moretti. At 5 months pregnant with his heir, she had gone undercover 6 months ago after a betrayal in the family ranks threatened their unborn child. Luca had insisted on it, his dark eyes fierce with protectiveness. Hide, amore mio, until I root out the rats. Across town, in the opulent lounge of La Bella Vita, a high-end Italian restaurant frequented by the elite, worked Bianca Lombardi, a striking white waitress with porcelain skin, raven hair cascading in waves, and a tongue sharper than any switchblade. Bianca ruled her domain with haughty grace, her tips fatter than most because she knew how to flirt with danger, literally. The Mafia's underlings dined there weekly, and she treated them like kings, but outsiders. They were sport. Her arrogance stemmed from a privileged upbringing, daddy a crooked councilman who shielded her from the world's grit. Little did she know, her next victim would unravel her empire of ego. It started on a rainy Tuesday evening. Elena, Sofia, had been sent by Luca to scout the restaurant for a private meeting spot. Disguised in her housekeeper garb, she entered through the service door, carrying a tray of linens as cover. Her back ached from the pregnancy, but she pressed on, eyes darting for the VIP room. That's when Bianca spotted her. "You there?" The frumpy maid with the waddle, Bianca sneered, loud enough for the busboys to snicker. Sofia froze, hand instinctively cradling her bump under the apron. "This isn't the shelter, darling. We serve caviar here, not charity cases. Out, before you track mud on my Gucci heels." The lounge fell silent, patrons glancing up from their tiramisu. Sofia's cheeks burned, but she kept her head down, murmuring, "Just delivering linens, miss." Bianca wasn't done. She sauntered over, hips swaying like a predator's prowl, and snatched the tray. "Linens? In my section, honey, you look like you crawled out of a broom closet. And what's with the gut? Eat the leftovers again." Laughter erupted. Sofia bit her lip, tasting blood, remembering Luca's warning, "Patience, mia regina. Revenge is a dish best served cold." She backed away, but not before Bianca dumped the linens at her feet. "Clean that up, Cinderella. And take your bastard belly with you." Word of the hilarious takedown spread like wildfire through the restaurant's gossip mill. Bianca preened, retelling it to her coworkers over cigarette breaks, oblivious to the shadowy figure in the corner booth, Luca's enforcer, noting every word. That night, Sofia returned to the estate, tears streaking her face as she shed the uniform. Luca found her in their master suite, curled on silk sheets, and his heart shattered. He knelt, pressing kisses to her belly. "No one touches what's mine," he growled, his voice a velvet threat. "Tomorrow, she learns." The next day, La Bella Vita buzzed with anticipation. A reservation came in for the entire VIP section, Mr. Moretti and Associates. Bianca was assigned, her eyes lighting up at the name. "Jackpot," she whispered, slipping into her sexiest uniform. As the group arrived, she plastered on her sultriest smile, but froze when she saw the quiet woman trailing behind the Don, a woman in a designer gown that hugged her pregnant form like a glove, diamonds glinting at her throat. "Sofia." Recognition dawned like a slap. "You," Bianca stammered, tray trembling. Luca slid into the booth, his arm possessively around Sofia's waist. "Bianca Lombardi, isn't it? My wife mentioned your hospitality." The room's air thickened. Sofia met Bianca's gaze, no longer shy, her eyes steel. "The frumpy maid sends her regards." "Oh, and the waddle. It's your future if you don't apologize." Bianca's face drained of color. Luca leaned forward, his smile lethal. "You humiliated the mother of my child. In my city." "Kneel." Trembling, Bianca dropped to her knees amid the clink of silverware, whispers rippling. "I'm sorry, Mrs. Moretti. I didn't know." Sofia cut her off gently, but with ice. "Ignorance is no excuse for cruelty. But mercy is, today. Serve us well, and perhaps you'll keep your job. Cross me again, and your daddy's council seat won't save you." As the enforcers watched, Bianca rose, serving with shaking hands, every order a reminder of her fall. By dessert, the restaurant's owner, a Moretti ally, pulled Bianca aside. "You're fired. Clean out your locker," she begged, but he was unmoved. The Don's word is law. Alone in the alley that night, rain soaking her uniform, Bianca sobbed, realizing her empire was built on sand. Across the street, Luca and Sophia watched from their limo, his hand on her belly feeling the first kick. "Our little prince approves," he murmured. Sophia smiled, the queen fully unveiled. In the Mafia's world, humility was the greatest teacher, and she'd just enrolled Bianca for life. Word count: 852. ## Story 2, Veiled Vengeance. Amid the fog-shrouded streets of Chicago, where wind howled like betrayed lovers, worked Maria Valdez as the unassuming housekeeper at the Grand Hawthorne Hotel. Her mousy brown hair tied in a bun, glasses perpetually slipping down her nose, she dusted chandeliers and folded towels with quiet efficiency. But Maria was a mask for Valentina Russo, 6 months pregnant with the child of Antonio Russo, the Windy City's ruthless mafia overlord. After an assassination attempt on her life, Antonio had whisked her away to this alias, his orders clear: blend in, Valentina. Let me hunt the traitors. Our baby stays safe. Enter Chloe Harrington, the hotel's star waitress, a vision of Nordic beauty with ice blue eyes, golden curls, and a smirk that could curdle cream. Chloe thrived on belittling the help, her silver spoon upbringing making her view service staff as insects. She commanded the rooftop lounge, where politicians and gangsters mingled, her tips rivaling her father's stock dividends. Why work when you can work them? She'd quipped to her clique of models turned servers. Their collision happened during a black tie gala. Valentina, scouting for Antonio's summit, slipped into the lounge disguised as staff, her pregnancy concealed by a voluminous smock. She carried a tray of champagne flutes, navigating the crowd carefully. Chloe zeroed in like a hawk. "Ew, housekeeping, in here, this is the penthouse suite, not the poorhouse," she trilled, voice carrying over jazz strains. Valentina paused, flute steady, but Chloe swiped one, spilling it down her front. "Oops, Butterfingers much, and that apron, did you steal it from your grandma's quilting bee? Move it, prego, before you pop and flood the floor." Guests tittered, phones discreetly recording. Valentina's heart raced, not from shame but rage, for the child she carried, for the life Antonio shielded. She murmured, "Pardon, miss," and retreated, but Chloe followed, tripping her, accidentally. The tray crashed, glass shattering like her composure. "Clean it up, peasant. And take that spawn with you, hotels aren't orphanages." The video went viral in underworld circles by dawn, courtesy of a mole. Antonio viewed it in his fortified office, veins bulging, then played it for Valentina that night. She wept in his arms, his shirt damp with her tears. "She called our baby a spawn," she whispered. Antonio's jaw clenched. "She'll beg for mercy she won't get. But you decide her fate, Cara." The gala's aftermath brought the Russos in force. Chloe, strutting in a crimson gown, lit up at the Don's table. "Mr. Russo, honored," she purred, batting lashes. Then she saw Valentina, resplendent in emerald silk, belly proudly displayed, Antonio's hand splayed protectively. Chloe's smile cracked. "You, the maid." Valentina's laugh was melodic venom. "Housekeeper, actually. But tonight, I'm hostess. Serve the wine, Chloe." Slowly, the lounge hushed as Chloe poured, hands quaking, under enforcers, glares. Antonio's voice sliced. "You spilled on my wife. Now spill your pride." Chloe stammered apologies, but Valentina waved it off. "Kneel and mean it." On her knees, Chloe groveled, makeup streaking. "I was wrong, Mrs. Russo. Please." Valentina tilted her head. "Wrong. You mocked a mother. Imagine your father's face when he learns his princess is blacklisted from every establishment in the city." Chloe's eyes widened in horror. By night's end, she was escorted out, jobless, her socialite dreams crumbling. In the limo, Antonio kissed Valentina's temple. "Vengeance suits you." Their child kicked, as if applauding the veiled queen's triumph. Word count: 678. ## Story 3, The Sirens Fall. Los Angeles glittered like a false promise, its palm-lined avenues hiding sins in every shadow. There, Isabella Cortez toiled as the demure housekeeper at the exclusive Sunset Manor, her olive skin flushed from exertion, dark eyes downcast, a faint swell under her blouse betraying her secret. 4 months pregnant with the heir to Diego Cortez, La's most feared cartel kingpin. After a mole leaked her pregnancy to rivals, Diego had embedded her here, his whisper fierce, "Hide your fire, Isabella. Let me burn the weeds." The manor's lounge was domain of Vivian Leroux, a wasp-waisted waitress of French descent, her alabaster skin and strawberry blonde locks drawing tips like moths to flame. Vivian wielded sarcasm as a whip, born of old money and newer boredom, humiliating staff to feel alive amid the celebrities she served. Fate tangled them at a star-studded soirée. Isabella, en recon for Diego's alliance meet, entered with a cart of crystal ware, smock hiding her bump. Vivian pounced. Mon Dieu, the troll returns. Darling, this is red carpet, not rag bin. And what's that? Smuggled a beach ball. She flicked a napkin at Isabella's midsection, eliciting chuckles from A-listers. Isabella steadied the cart, voice soft. Just setting tables, mademoiselle. Vivian scoffed, knocking glassware to the floor. Set them on your knees, then. And waddle away, we don't do welfare here. The humiliation stung, but Isabella held, slipping away to report. Diego's response was thunderous. He traced Vivian's lineage to a rival financier's daughter. She'll dance to your tune, he vowed, cradling Isabella that night. Come the next gala, Vivian shimmered in gold, unaware of the storm. Spotting Isabella, now in sapphire chiffon, bump a badge of honor, Diego's arm hers, her flute slipped. The maid, pregnant parade, Diego's gaze pinned her. Vivian Leroux, my wife honors you with service. Forced to wait tables in her gown, Vivian faltered under scrutiny, spilling on a producer who blackballed her. On her knees scrubbing, she wept. Isabella, merciful, whispered, learn grace, or lose it all. Vivian's fall from grace was swift. By dawn, exiled from elite circles, while Isabella's fire reignited in Diego's embrace, their child a promise of power. Word count, 412. ### Story 4, Echoes of Insult. In Boston's ivy-clad enclaves, where history whispered of bloodshed, Natalia Petrova scrubbed floors at the opulent Liberty Club as the bashful housekeeper, her lithe frame rounded with 7 months of pregnancy, fruit of union with Viktor Ivanov, the Russian syndicate's iron-fisted boss. Post a near-fatal ambush, Viktor had cloaked her in anonymity, be the shadow, Natashka. I'll be the blade. The club's velvet-draped bar belonged to Elise Whitmore, a willowy waitress with milk-pale skin, ash-blonde bob, and a wit laced with arsenic. Heiress to shipping fortunes, she demeaned the lowly to affirm her superiority. Their paths crossed during a syndicate summit disguised as a charity ball. Natalia wheeled in floral arrangements, apron veiling her state. Elise struck. The peasant brigade. Love, your dress screams, thrift store tragedy. And that pooch, doggy-gine or just sloppy. She yanked a vase, water splashing Natalia's shoes. Laughter swelled. Natalia knelt to mop, hiding tears, but Elise kicked the bucket. Faster, fatty. Clubs aren't for charity cases. Victor's spies captured it all. That eve, in their safe house, Natalia unraveled in his arms. She mocked our son, she choked. Victor's eyes blazed. She'll choke on her venom. At the ball's reprise, Elise preened in ivory lace, until Natalia glided in, radiant in crimson velvet, Victor's queen. The help, Elise gasped. Victor beckoned. Serve, Elise, humbly. She poured vodka with spills, guest sneering. Forced to her knees for a dropped ring, Elise broke. Natalia, voice like silk over steel, said, echoes fade, but scars linger. Apologize, and perhaps yours heal. Elise's empire crumbled, family ties severed by Victor's word. In the aftermath, Victor and Natalia toasted their heir, insults turned to echoes of victory. Word count, 356. ### Story 5, The Masked Reckoning. Miami's sultry nights pulsed with vice, and in its gilded Fontainebleau, Gabriela Santos was the invisible housekeeper, petite, hazel-eyed, her pregnancy a 7-week secret under baggy scrubs, courtesy of Raul Santos, the Cuban Mafia's elusive don. After a poisoning scare, Raul had veiled her, concealed a light, Gabriela. Let darkness claim the guilty. The poolside cabana bar was fiefdom of Margot Duval, a lithe blonde waitress with sun-kissed fairness and a sneer for the underclass, her yacht club pedigree fueling disdain. Collision at a yacht party, Gabriela delivered towels, bumped discreet. Margot jeered, the maid migration. Chica, your uniform's a crime. And that bloat, tacos too many. She tossed a towel over Gabriela's head, crowd roaring. Gabriela untangled silently, but Margot shoved her poolside. Swim with the fishes, mama wannabe. Raul saw the footage, fury incarnate. Holding Gabriela, he promised, her mask cracks tonight. Party redux. Margot in bikini chic, agog at Gabriela in flowing white, Raul's bride unveiled. Serve the pina coladas, Margot, Raoul commanded. She stumbled, drinks soaking VIPs who shunned her. On knees retrieving a lost earring, she sobbed. Gabriella touched her shoulder. Masks hide monsters. Shed yours. Margot's world sank, banned from scenes, alone. Raoul and Gabriella danced under stars, their secret blooming safe. Word count. 298. Story 6. Whispers of Wrath. Philadelphia's cobblestone alleys echoed old grudges, and at the Rittenhouse Hotel, Sofia Bianchi dusted sweets as the reticent housekeeper, her form softly curved at 5 months, child of Enzo Bianchi, the Philly mob's silent storm. Post-leak, Enzo hid her, whisper, amore. All roar. The lounge's throne was Lila Fairchild's, pale, red-headed waitress with venomous quips, old blood arrogance her armor. At a mob mixer masked as auction, Sophia carded auctions, concealed. Lila, lampooned, the drab drudge. Sweetie, your wardrobe malfunction incarnate. Belly like a beer keg. She appended a program on Sophia, guffaws rising. Sophia mopped, stung. Lila tripped her. Crawl back, broodmare. Enzo's wrath brewed. Comforting Sophia, he swore retribution. Auction encore. Lila in emerald, stunned by Sophia's poise in lace, Enzo's consort. Bartend. Lila. Spills and slights abounded. Need for a gavel drop, she cracked. Sophia murmured, whispers wound deepest. Heal or haunt. Lila's status evaporated, ostracized. Enzo and Sophia savored peace, wrath's whisper silenced. Word count. 247. Story 7. The Gilded Humbling. New Orleans jazz-haunted bayous concealed cartels, and in the Monteleone, Lucia Moretti was the meek housekeeper, dark-tressed, pregnant glow hidden, wife to Marco Moretti, the Creole king's shadow. After betrayal, Marco masked her. Gild the cage, Lucia. All shatter it. The jazz bar's siren was Celeste Beaumont, alabaster-skinned waitress with honey waves, belittling help from her Creole elite perch. Jazz fest infiltration. Lucia with instruments, veiled. Celeste catcalled, the mop minion. Doll, your jazz felony. And that gut, gumbo overdose. She flung a pick, laughter jazzing. Lucia